Morning, Rizky. I'm Belinda Zahra from XLFL Batch 8, Pancarona. Want to report my progress, how far I have learned to be a future leader in XLFL throughout the 1 year past. Nggak kerasa, but yeah, I will present this to you. So the four things that I want to share, first is lesson learned, then impact, achievement, and future projection of how I grow to be a real future leader in XLFL in the next 1 years. So because this presentation is limited to 15 minutes, so I will like explaining it briefly, but to the point. So first is lesson learned from workshop 1 to workshop 5. Actually, I divided into per workshop like two main point lesson learned that I have got from each workshop itself. So from the slide brief that I want to tell, like in the first MOU signing, there is attached the amount of 200 million rupiah of how this workshop worth. But I think this amount is doesn't worthy enough to explain how far I have learned and grown in XLFL in the past 1 years. I think it's more valuable than 200 million rupiah itself. It's really worthy, and I don't passionate enough to like waiting the next 1 years of how I more grow and how I can engage more towards the XLFL. So from the workshop 1 and workshop 2, two things that I really learned, because in workshop 1 I was not in your classes, I was in Didi's classes in the Jogja. First, two things that really I learned first is adapt and agile. Basically in workshop 1 I'm really passive. Like Didi told me that I was so quiet in classes, I'm not active, I'm really passive. So I'm just like a free rider in the classes. Didi told me in the first day of workshop 1. So from that kind of words, I really like pressure, and but in the same time I really getting pushed by Didi to like be active, be someone who's really attractive in the classes, have a uniqueness. So basically in the workshop 1 and workshop 2, I really adapt and agile towards the environment, towards the XLFL awardees, because I see that XLFL environment was really high achiever, ambitious, active, attractive, creative. And I see that, yeah, agility is one of the most important thing for me to survive in XLFL in the next 2 years. And the second one is managing pressure, because in the first two workshops, I've been really pressure because all of the wonderful awardee, all of the wonderful environment who's really pushed me to do my best. So I think in this occasion, in the workshop 1 and workshop 2, are really managing how I really can be managed the pressure of the peers, the pressure from the facility, really active and doing it all by ourselves. And second one is workshop 3. I think in the workshop 3, two things that really matter for me was first is teamwork, because in workshop 3 there is so many teamwork, like impromptu teamwork. I think my teamwork skills, like how I engage with my teamwork, that really shift in the fast pace, it's really not good. So I learned a lot how to positioning myself and doing my task in workshop 3. And of course in workshop 3 we are learning about thinking tools. Actually I never learned about like seven hat and bus stop and another thinking tools before I joined this workshop 3. So it really helped me a lot in the next occasions that require me to use that thinking tools, especially in the competitions and conferences. It was really useful. Next is workshop 4. In the workshop 4, I think this is the second most memorable ones beside the workshop 5, because in the workshop 4 we were talking about leadership, like things that maybe so required nowadays for us as a young generation, as youth and as a woman, to really know how to be a good leader and how to be a wise leader. So basically I was a bad leader actually, because I have ever been the project officer and my event was like kind of not solid, not engaged between one person to another. So I really learned about how to be a leader who's engaged with the member, not only to do the task, but like heart by heart. And second one is managing expectations. I think as a leader, many expectations are coming from the top management or lower management. So I learned a lot to like how to manage the expectations from the surrounded environment and the stakeholder itself, like how to positioning myself as a leader and managing their expectations. Next one is workshop 5. I think this is the most memorable one. Workshop from the workshop 1 workshop until workshop 5, because yeah, we doing TEDx presentations. Actually, I don't prepare a lot. Like I'm making TEDx presentations like, yeah, 1 week before the workshop, but I actually doing the practices. It's like 1 a.m. in the morning, 1 a.m. in the midnight, in the day of workshop 5. So yeah, it was like the the practice is not really, yeah, prepare. But I think TEDx presentations was one of my best experiencing in presenting my pitch deck about what is my passions, especially renewable energy. And like gratefully, I'm really happy enough to being the like best 5 TEDx presentations. It's like out of my expectations. Yeah, so I really getting happy and being lebih terdorong lagi for getting better performance in the future. And the second one is the creativity. In the second day of workshop, we are giving many assignment, like a fun assignment. It looks easy, but it's not necessarily easy. So I think it takes creativity to solve those assignment, and I'm really, yeah, enjoying the second day because it's not hard enough as the previous workshop. So it's really fun. And the second is impact. Actually, as ambitious people, like sometimes I forgot to look around, like to down to earth, making impact to my surrounded environment. And in XLFL, I see a lot of the awardees are have their own projects, have their own initiative to really caring about people and inspire me to do the same. So this is like the 4 main things that I think um entered into like sharing is caring, or impact that I have been done during the SLFL period in 1 year, previous 1 year. In July 2020, in Batam, I'm doing SLFL mentoring program with my junior from Universitas Batam, Universitas International Batam, who's really want to join SLFL to yeah, I do the mentoring through Zoom meetings and Google Meet twice. The first is from the selection, the second one is from like how XLFL is going. So yeah, that was what one of my can sharing is caring in my um city in my town, yeah, Pulau Kampung. And the second one is August 2020. I'm being mentored to in Rumah Teduh Batam and teach from materials from SLFL. So actually, I teach about the thinking tools. I teach about English. I teach about like presentations, how like the usual things that we are learn and we are doing in the XLFL classes. And the third one is doing Membumi Jakarta with Jakarta Fellow classes. I was being the treasurer bendahara for the projects under Sheila's as project officer. So yeah, doing Bumi Jakarta really matter for me too, to incurring an impact to the people who's really aware of sustainable living, and of course incurring awareness towards people how nowadays it's very important to do the sustainable living way. And the last is September 2020, I rebuilt again my project called Teman Tani, which is like the insurance for farming for the Jabodetabek's urban farming area. So yeah, it in September it's I think it's a good time to rebuild it again. But I think yeah, I have learned so much from the leadership classes in the workshop 4, and I implement that combine every styles that have been discussed in the classes. And last word, when talking about impact, as simple as I reply random person DMs and messages that ask me about anything about XLFL, about competition, conferences, I think it's included in sharing is caring. because from in the beforehand, I really, yeah, I'm not kind of person who's replying some random person DMs and messages whether they are asking something important for me. But after I joining XLFL and I see that the environment is so care about the surrounded society, I start to like, yes, these people need me because I ever do this, I ever following those competition and conferences. So they ask the application and etc. So I think, yeah, as simple as replying this, I don't know person who it is, but yeah, it's included in Sharon and Karen. And then achievement. Actually, in the last 1 years, I have receiving more than 70 award combination of achievement like conferences, competitions, best participants in the project, social initiative. But I just want to tell like the three most impacted ones during my XLFL period. First is Harvard Global Health and Leadership Conferences. So I think this is the most challenging one, the most pressuring. Like many times I want to quit, but I believe I can do this because I was selected as one from two Indonesian people who present my research paper combining behavior economic psychology and social welfare during COVID-19 into one paper. And this is the most impacted one because I do the research paper and do the survey, do the questionnaire, do the in-depth interview towards the rural people in Indonesia, how they are impacted towards COVID-19. And this opportunity to lead me to being Harvard College Vision Research Fellow until now. So I think this achievement is not really because it's prestigious, it's Harvard, no, but it's really have a bigger impact not only in Indonesia but also into the international global ones. Second one is Young ASEAN Leaders Policy Initiatives 2020 by ASEAN Foundation. So this is competition actually that made me not following your classes risky in the first workshop. So I made it into the next week. I moved to the Jogja with Didi. So this competition is one of the reason. So this competition is held in Thailand. Me and my ASEAN team built an app called ILPay to help ASEAN kids know more about financial management like sejak dini. So actually it's implemented in Thailand first, then Indonesia for upcoming years 2021 or 2022 due to COVID-19, like the uncertainty and etc. So from these competitions, I made it into the top being the best policymaker and best substance paper. But the one that I really highlighting from this achievement, this Yelpe really helped kids to really know about financial management, like how saving, menabung, how they can manage their money into the more simple way through this app. So I think the most impacted one is to increasing their literations about finance and how they manage their finance since they were a kid. And the last one is New York University or NYU Policy Case Competition. So this is achievement was the development from the Harvard College Research Fellow. So I was teammate with another fellow, and this competition was it's very tiring, like 5+ months research and preparations to analyzing green financing implementation in ASEAN, like how the feasibility and how it works in the marketplaces or the real stakeholders arrangement in Indonesia. So actually I make a policy case with my fellows, like how to make a bigger impact through a green economy framework that being implemented in ASEAN in the future. So actually, this is the most highlighted impact too, because it's not only in Indonesia, the impact is in ASEAN, and we are currently do this like finalizing the paper. After we get an award, we got a second runner up. Like it's really I don't expect that we got the second runner up, but we are right now finalizing the paper and try to enter it into journal so it can be read through international readers. And last section was projection or my future projection. In the next 1 year, there is 6 things that I really want to do in the XLFL. First is the Alcosit project. I want to succeeding the project. I want to winning the project itself. No. I think I want to succeed and like engage with my team to do the best in the IP project because SLFL really need our bright idea and innovations to serve XLFL new products. And the second one is engage. I think I want to more engage with my friends because yeah, I see a lot of evaluations come to me like you are not engaged with your friends, you are not engaged like giving a personal messages like ask how they are going right now. Yeah, I think I want to more engage with my friends, not only in XLFL Jakarta but also the another XLFL, and then focus. Yeah, more focus during workshop because I see that in the online there's so many distractions like multi devices and etc. I want to really focus on workshop, so I aku mau usahakan in the next workshop XLFL like I just focus on XLFL like no distraction at all. And the fourth is appreciate. I think I'm less appreciating my friends. Like as simple as after they are going to presentation in classes, I have to appreciate them through the chat. Like what others do in our fifth workshop. Every time people are answering or present, he always appreciate it into the chat. So I want to like yeah implement those kind of act too. And the fifth was mentoring. Yeah, I want to giving time to the personal mentoring and update my IDP to Yuki because I ever like once doing mentoring to you. So I think I have to giving more time to book your mentoring time. And the last one is initiative. I see that in the SLFL classes in the workshop, you are often said that our classes is like passive one. You have to giving throw out like yang mau jawab siapa nih, yang mau jawab siapa nih. I think I have to more initiative to take courage to answer or to do anything that require us to participate in it. And the very no, it's not very less. Yeah, in the more detail, in my future projections was this like from January because the time is up. I think yeah, it's 30 seconds to 15 minutes. From January to March 2021, I want to prepare my actions and of course doing the Altaco project, as well as from June 2021, I want to enter the top tier company, prepare my exchange, and July until September, I have to exchange, explore Europe, and take double courses international opportunity. And October until November, focus on my exchange, planning my 8th semester, and of course, in all of this timeline, SLFL is included in it, like focusing on SLFL, anything SLFL program require us to do, of course, I will focus in it too. Last one is, yeah, I just want to share that in 2021, I want to explore the word in free because there is 4 country that yeah have been on my list. From South Korea, yeah, thanks God, I got fully funded from intercultural youth program, and from Japan, I got fully funded too for energy policy program. In the Thailand, in a fully funded, like I passed the ESL Futurepreneur as the youngest participant. It's really grateful. And the last one is Singapore Steps Associations, fully funded too by Temasek Foundations. So yeah, I think this is very grateful and one of the best achievement during XLFL too. And thanks XLFL to help me a lot how I act as in interview, in doing the CV, the SI. It's come from XLFL actually, the knowledge and the tips and trick. Yeah, I think that was the last slide. This is the last slide because I just want to say that I'm really grateful to joining this XLFL in the past 1 year. It's really helped me a lot. And one last words, I see myself as a candle, and XLFL was one of the best lighter to lighting me up. Thank you so much.